The part in Comfortably Numb that Robert did is Roger's part on the record, and I didn't know quite how to do it. I didn't have someone else with the right sort of voice to do it. I mean, I had Neil there with me, Neil McColl, singing and playing guitar, and he's got a great voice, but his voice is rather sort of similar to mine and melodic in a way. It fits. It's very good for me to sing with him in harmony, but for him to do Roger's part, I don't know, it didn't seem to be the right way to go about it, and I didn't know how to go about it, so I thought I'd better get someone else in to do it, and Robert was the first choice to do it on those shows. And then we spent a lot of time trying to think of who else we could wheel on to do this little cameo. And we had Sir Bob come on and do it, which was great fun.
Hello, hello, is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me. Is there anyone at home? Come on now, I can see you're feeling down. I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again.
I'd done Terrapin on before at some benefit thing that I'd been on, and I thought it was good fun. You know, I thought it was a nice song to do. They're very hard to do, Sid songs, because a lot of them are very personal to him, and I wouldn't feel comfortable singing quite a few of them. So it was a matter of finding, while wanting to do a Sid song, but finding one that would actually work with me. And so on the first shows I did Terrapin, and then on the last set of shows I changed it to Dominoes, which is another. I mean, these are all songs that I worked on with him in the making of his solo albums.
You and I and dominoes, the day goes by. You and I in heat, wasting time on dominoes. A day so dark, so warm, life becomes a no.
David Mallet did our Pulse thing a few years ago. Yeah, that was the first time he'd worked with us. This time I wanted to get David Mallet to direct it from the beginning, but at the time we did the original Meltdown, he wasn't available. I think he was unwell at the time or something, and someone else put it together and shot it. And then we got David in to edit it a little bit later, and then he'd shot some more stuff this year on the second set of concerts. One of David Mallet's things is to do a lot of close-up stuff on the guitar solos. If you look on the Pulse video, and there's quite a lot of close-up stuff, and he said for the second set of shows he was going to put a camera just on my fingers all night long. It's a good one for some people. I'm sure a lot of people will just pass straight over it, but it's there. Initially, 10 years ago, Jules asked me if I'd come and do something, and would I do something with Misha, and he asked me to suggest a song, and I suggested I Put a Spell on You, the Screaming Jay Hawkins song. And when we did it again this time for Jules' album, I remembered that version and dug it out to have a look and thought it was actually a really good version. And with all this spare space that you can got on a DVD, that you can tuck things away in a corner, that was I thought I'd find one or two bits like that and put them on.
I put a spell on you.
They asked me if I'd do it, and they sent me a list of songs, and I've always liked Don't by when Elvis used to do it, and I thought I'd do something a bit different to everyone else and do a sort of quiet ballady thing.
When the night grows cold and I want to hold you, baby, don't say don't.
Michael Kamen did an album of sonnets, and this was a sonnet 18, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, and he was doing an evening of those sonnets at the Old Vic, and he asked me if I would come and sing that sonnet, because I think Brian Ferry sang it on the record, and but Brian couldn't make it on that, so I said, yeah, sure, I'll come along and sing a song for you. So he sent me a backing track, and I sang it in here to get used to it, and liked it, and so as I had the backing track already, I just thought it'd be a fun little extra to do, to pop down to the studio and sing a proper vocal on it, and have someone point a camera at me and pop that on as well. But it was part of a benefit for RADA at the Old Vic.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date.
I want the whole concert to run together, and for everyone to, who watches it, to watch the whole concert without having to stop and change discs or any of that stuff, and the 3 other songs follow straight on after a short musician credit, so that you can get into the mood and the vibe of the whole thing. But then once you've watched the whole thing, at another time you can go through and check out all these other little bits and pieces that we put on there.